Okay, today guys, I'm in my little workshop garage type thing, and I'm going to be restoring this Coleman camp stove that I got probably in the late 80s from my father, so it holds some sentimental value to me for sure because of where it came from, and it's been sitting around for, I'd say, the better part of 25 years. So here it is. It's a little beat up. It's got some military markings on it, and that comes from the apparently the Canadian helicopter division out of Edmonton when you type in these numbers and do a search. So anyways, here's the back of the stove. It's a little rusty, and my plan is to take it apart, sand it down, and clean it and paint it, and hopefully give it more years of life here. So I've taken out the grill already. It's in the house. It's getting cleaned up, but here's what it looks like on the inside. A little bit, not bad shape. This thing is a 1965, so decent, I guess, for the year. Okay, put this camera down. First thing, I'm gonna take this out. So the canister here doesn't look too bad. It's just a little cleaning probably is all it needs, but I'll repaint this as well and fill it up. Hopefully at the end of this video we'll be able to do a test burn. Just put that there. Okay, so I'll see if I can set you up somewhere where you can see. So the first step for me is going to be getting it apart. I'm going to start by trying to take this lid off. And it is very easy. It's got these little tabs that pull out and comes right off. Awesome. It's a little bit bent, so I am gonna have to try and use a dead blow or something and straighten this out, so I'll give that a shot. Just straightening it right now. I really hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm just straightening these edges here a little bit, bring them back to 90. These edges here are a little wonky on the edges, so it's going to take some time straightening this out. So I will pause the video here while I work on this, and we'll come back when I'm done. Alright, so I'm done with the lid for now, and I'm going to try and disassemble the burners. So pre-oiled all the nuts and stuff on the back there and screws, so we're going to take those out first. And excellent, it came out pretty easy. Part straight. Okay, now a couple bolts. Awesome. These come off pretty good too. believe the burner is out. We're trying to. There we go. A little rusty. So I'll try and sand all of this back to looking good. So that'll be the last step here. Put this to the side. So I don't believe this tray was ever painted, but I'm gonna paint it. So stand you up a bit here. So I'm gonna clean this up, soap and water and sanding. Put this off to the side for now. And I'm left with just the box. So the same thing as the lid. I'm gonna have to straighten it out because some of these edges here are pretty wavy. You know, it's beat up, so I want to get that as flat and as straight as I can, and we'll go from there. So I'll bring you back when I'm done trying to straighten this. Alright, so I'm cleaning up the gas tank now, and I'm using this wire brush on the drill here, and it's working pretty good. More or less just trying to clean it and get some of the dirt and grime off of it, and it's coming. So clean up this tube. All right, let's set you here. Okay, I've already done the tube here. And it came out pretty good, so I think I'm just going to wash this now and dry it out and see how that looks when I'm done. I'll show you the lid in the box, because I did take them and do a little bit of spot blasting just to get some of the rough spots off. So here's the lid, and I just lightly sandblasted some of it, and you know, removed some of the rust. Having trouble with the label though, and I'm basically out of sand, so I'm gonna have to sand that off by hand. The back side here is fairly rusty, so I had to clean that off. And if you remember, this was all black black, and it had blue paint on it as well, so I wanted to get all that off before I repainted. I'll show you the box. So here's the box. There's quite a bit of rust on there that I think it's gonna be fine once I paint it, but I blasted what I could. Could do a little more here maybe, but better than sanding by hand, that's for sure. The inside was pretty rusty, and now that it's all blasted, you can really notice how wonky the edges are. It's pretty wavy, and I think that's going to be a little difficult to straighten, but I'm going to give it a shot. So I'll leave this for now. I'll bring you back when I've straightened this out and I'm ready for paint, because I'm going to take these in and wash them. Alright, so I got everything kind of washed up and dried off. So now I'm just gonna maybe do a little bit more cleanup on this grill with my wire brush. This is just washed in the sink, and I used some scratch pads, and the lid came out not bad. I just washed it in hot soapy water, and that label came right off, so it's basically ready for paint, I would think. Not too bad. So that's what it looks like so far. Much better than it did look anyway. Alright, so I'm going to clean up this grill here if I can using my drill, see how well it works. Oh, actually that works really good. Dead battery. Okay, I got another battery. All right. Guess as long as I get some of the surface rust kind of cleaned up, then it's good enough. Okay, well, I think that's about as good as I'm going to get that, so it's not terrible. I'm going to leave that alone. You see some of the forks here are bent, so I might try and straighten those. Probably try that with a pair of pliers right now. Let's see what we can do here, see if these will work. Oh yeah, piece of cake. That's straightened out a bit. Let's pull this one over. Oh, and that I think cracked. I don't want to do that. I think that's good enough. Okay, so we'll set this down. Now I still have this plate, which should have sandblasted, but I ran out of sand, so we're going to see if we can clean that up with this wire wheel. Alright, let's give her a try. I think that'll do. It's not great. It's not terrible either. It's fairly clean. I'm sure that'll take paint if I decide to paint it, which I'm thinking I might. Seen another guy on YouTube, when he painted his gas can red, he also painted this red, and I thought that looked really sharp, so I'm gonna definitely copy his paint scheme. I think I'll shout out his name when I remember who he was. So yeah. Now I got the burners. These burners look like they're in pretty good shape. I'm not really planning on taking them apart. Probably just gonna wire brush them and see if I can clean it up, and then just put it back together, because I'm positive this is gonna be fine and it's gonna fire up. So I'm gonna move this box out of the way. I'm gonna move this out of the way. And give this a go. Clean up. I may have to take this apart, we'll see. Not too big of a job. This is gonna bring back so many memories of my Cubs and Scout days back in the 80s and maybe early 90s. And my dad brought this home from the Army surplus and gave this to me, so this is priceless to me, and that's why I want to restore it. I want to have this forever. So at this point, I'm essentially ready to hang everything and paint it, I think. And it's going to be a little challenging because it's cold outside, and I've got to try and set up somewhere where I can actually paint it and have it set properly. So I might film this, I might not, but I will bring you back and show you the results. Okay. Here's the process so far. Tank is coming along fairly nice, and that bottom plate. So this is going to take some time for sure, but it's looking okay. Not too bad. Couple coats, I think. And I'll move on to the next. Okay, so I got the case started, and waiting for that to dry so I can turn it. And here's the lid. It's looking a million times better. So there we go. It's gonna look sharp when it's done. Okay, so I ended up taking apart the burner. I figured might as well, I have time, so waiting on the paint to dry. So I'm going to show you how I did it. I've only done this side so far. So now I'm going to take this side apart. They're pretty clean, but there was some crap in the tubes there, so we'll just get that out and polish it up, okay? So adjust the camera. Got all these little rings. Put that there. And that comes off, and you can see it's pretty dirty inside there. There's some crap in there, so see, that just came out of there. So it's a good thing I'm taking it apart. So what I'm doing to clean it is I'm just wire brushing it with the drill, just to get as much of the rust off as I can. So this is all I'm doing. That's not terrible. You can see in here, this valve opens and closes really nice. And that's pretty good there. So, shake it out. Nothing else is coming out of there, so we'll just close that up. Just like that. And now this plate here is pretty filthy, so I'm just gonna sand all that off using the drill. We can't get it shined up. Alright. So that should do it. Now I'm just gonna put this back together and I'll show you how that come apart or goes back together here. So I'll put this on first. And then these rings, flat ring goes to the bottom. And just sit over those tabs there. And then this just sits on top. It's funny because the other one, this side, actually had another ring that sat over top and kind of sandwiched these tight. But I guess probably doesn't matter a whole lot. So tricky to get these in there. lined up. There we go. And those don't have to be all that tight. That should have it. So that burner should be A-okay now. Shouldn't be any issue. Alright, I'm decided to finish this in the house because it's a rather chilly day outside, so I'm going to start by taking off the tape on everything. Socket. Just snug these up. They don't have to be very tight. Awesome. It closes. Okay. There we go. It's looking really nice. Now I'm gonna have to go get the grill because I forgot the grill, and I'm going to take and change the pump on this. So I'll bring you back when I change the pump. Okay, so I took this out, and how you do that is you pull this little clip off right here. It sits on here like that. Just pull that clip out, and this whole assembly will just pull right out. Now this one doesn't look too bad, but I'm going to change it anyway. So I have this new kit here, universal kit. Okay, so we'll take off the it's important to keep the instructions so you know what to do here. I'm going to take off this little clip. Okay, so I got the old pump apart, and that was a real bugger. Everything was seized on, especially this piece here. But I took it all apart carefully. I'm going to reuse the old shaft here. I got the new cap and spring. I'm going to reassemble this. So next was this piece here. Put that back on because it's a lot stronger than this plastic piece here. So, well, let's see. That goes on like that. That goes on like that. And then the push nut right here. Okay. So that should do it. And you're supposed to oil up this gasket a little bit. Just a few drops of oil. Probably can't hurt to put a little bit in here too. There we go. All right. And see if I can get this in there, because this seal seems like it's a little bit bigger. All right, I'm back. I did get it in fairly easy actually once I got it lined up. Here's the clip, so I'm gonna try and get that in there. And on this side, I gotta try and pull it over. Nope, almost. There we go. There we go. So, new pump kit installed. Unscrew it, and it works good. You can feel a lot of pressure there. I am basically ready to fire this up and see if it works. So there you go. I'll bring you back for a burn test when I get it filled and can light it safely. Alright, so I got my stove lit. See if you can see that here. Primary burner and secondary burner are both lit, blue flame. So they seem to be working pretty good. And I'm very happy with this project, so I will pull out the wings and so you can see the whole setup. Alright. This was a fun little project. And thanks, Dad, for this stove. It'll be with me for many more years. Thanks for watching.